Bloomers in the Garden. I'm Len Schroeder.
And I'm Julio Zamora.
And it's Daylily Days.
Ooh, we're going to talk about daylilies and their use.
We'll also discuss the difference between daylilies and tiger lilies.
We're also going to talk about culinary uses.
That's right.
Yes.
You can eat them.
Yes.
We also will discuss our favorite varieties.
So stay tuned, and we'll be back in Daylily Daze right after this short break.
Hi, this is Len Schroeder from Bloomers in the Garden. Do you have a landscape, garden, or plant question? If so, call us on the Bloomers in the Garden hotline. Dial 609-685-1880. That's 609-685-1880. Don't be shy. We want to hear from you. And if we use your question on the air, we'll send you a free Bloomers t-shirt. Call us at 609-685-1880. That's 609-685-1880, and we'll see you in the garden. Does your garden have planting insurance? It can now with Biotone Starter Plus from Espoma. It's the ultimate starter plant food. The secret is a special blend of natural organic plant food, beneficial microbes, and mycorrhizal fungi. The result? Plants grow faster, roots grow deeper, flowers and vegetables flourish. Best of all, every Espoma product is safe for people, pets, and the planet. Visit espoma.com for a retailer near you. Biotone Starter Plus from Espoma, a natural in the garden since 1929.
The first person to survive Alzheimer's disease is out there. They might even be listening to this right now. Maybe they're waiting for the traffic light to change. Maybe they're daydreaming about a trip they've planned with their family. Maybe they're in a toddler seat, strapped in, and wondering if they're almost home. That first survivor is out there, and they're going to hold on to everything the disease steals away. And the Alzheimer's Association is going to make it happen by funding research, advancing public policy, and spurring scientific breakthroughs, and by providing local support right now to those living with the disease and their caregivers. We're easing the burden for all those facing it until we accomplish our goal. Alzheimer's disease has devastated millions of lives, but that's all going to change when we reach the first survivor. But we won't get there without you. Visit alz.org to join the fight.
Well, and daylilies are staples in almost any perennial garden and landscape, isn't it?
That's right. They are now.
Yes, they are.
But they didn't look like they do now.
Oh, no.
Always.
No.
Daylilies back in the day.
Back in your day.
Not your day.
My day. Oh, I'm
in
older.
the day.
In the day.
Lily.
Right.
What they did is they did not look like they look now.
No.
They were more of a trumpet-shaped flower. They weren't real open. A lot of times they hung down. But they're different. So that breeding and a lot of we'll talk about Daryl Apps in a little bit. But I'll tell you what, it's amazing on how many different daylilies. And also it used to be that you could basically get orange.
That's it.
Maybe you'd find a yellow
maybe.
But
it's grown.
now there's
it's grown.
every color.
Oh,
every color.
yes.
Now there's some characteristics that all daylilies have. They have the same leaf. They're all that grassy leaf.
Yeah.
And to me, it gives you an alternative where you can have a instead of using a grass, you can use a daylily.
Yes,
because you get the foliage and the benefit of the flower.
That's right.
Again, beautiful.
It is
Beautiful.
I like it.
Again, all daylilies too. They didn't used to be reblooming.
No.
And now there's no reason to buy a daylily that doesn't rebloom or is not a rebloomer, because all the good varieties are.
Yes.
So and it may go through a short rest period, but it's going to bloom again.
Boom.
So it'll send
Come
out
back
another
again.
shoot of flowers, and
go.
so that's something.
Second.
Daylilies are tremendous.
They are tremendous.
And I can trace back when it all started.
Way back.
I think in 1974 it was, right?
75 around there.
75, yeah. Walter Jablonski. A daylily hybridizer from Indiana.
Right.
He is responsible for, tell me, Julio.
I'm trying to
Stella Dioro.
Stella Dioro, yes.
Stella Dioro daylily.
And they're still big.
They
still
are.
big.
We probably 2-1.
I think so.
2-1.
Yeah, big time.
And it's also because everybody knows it. Dwarf, compact, rebloomer.
Always blooming.
Yeah. And it's a an excellent plant.
Yeah, can't go
and
wrong.
I tell you what, that's where I can see that
Right.
it started. I know that we're going to talk about Daryl Apps in a bit. He was in the late 60s, early 70s, also on board that same time. Tell you, it has grown from that point now to where it's almost like roses, where you can have a big collection of colors and sizes and fragrance.
Oh, everything.
Modern daylilies are incredible.
Yeah, they are.
Absolutely incredible.
Like you said, they're almost like roses.
Yep. Without the problems.
That's right.
There are many problems
there
too.
you go, folks.
That's right. There are many problems to daylilies. Yeah. But we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to get into it about where you can grow your daylilies.
Wow. And
how they grow. Yeah. And also, we're going to talk a little bit about whether you need to feed them or not.
That's right.
We'll be right back after this. Are you an organic gardener? Finally, there's a fast-working and effective all-organic insect control available from Bonide. Bonide Captain Jack's Dead Bug Brew is the answer for all of your garden insect problems. Captain Jack's works two ways, on contact or when the insect feeds. This will ensure that your insect problems are over. Captain Jack's controls all types of insects, including caterpillars, beetles, spider mites, borers, and more. Use it safely on vegetables, flowers, berries, trees, shrubs, and fruit. Get some Captain Jack's Dead Bug Brew today. Go gardening organically with the Captain. Bonide's Captain Jack's Dead Bug Brew is available at these fine retailers. Animals and Gardens Unlimited, New Egypt, New Jersey. Bloomer's Home and Garden Center, Sewell, Washington Township, New Jersey. Butterhoff's Farm and Home Supply, Egg Harbor City, New Jersey.
Bloomers in the Garden is brought to you each week by Bloomer's Home and Garden Center. Bloomers is an award-winning garden center just 20 minutes from Philadelphia. Bloomers has been providing expert advice turning brown thumbs green for over 30 years. At Bloomers, we want you to ask us every question, even if you think it's silly. We share information in a friendly, non-judgmental way that is meant to teach and spread the joy of gardening. Visit Bloomer's Home and Garden Center in Washington Township, Gloucester County. For directions, go to bloomers.com, and we'll see you in the garden.
Spring has sprung, and it's time to visit Bloomer's Home and Garden Center. Bring us a soil sample, and we'll test your soil's pH-free. Heck, bring us a water sample from your pond, too, and we'll test that for ammonia and other critical levels. Did you know that Bloomers has a pond department? We have all of the water treatments, fish, and plants to keep your pond looking glorious year-round. Are you looking for that 4-step lawn program? Bloomers carries Scott's, Jonathan Green, Bonide, and Espoma's Organic Step program. Need to seed? Bloomers has its own blend of seed called Township Turf. It's just the right balance of rye, fescue, and bluegrass to give you a spectacular lawn. It's also perfect for repairing bare spots and matches extraordinarily well to sodded lawns. Don't forget the garden. Bloomers carries bumper crop soil amendment and all the fertilizers a garden could need, both organic and inorganic. The best vegetables start as seedlings from Bloomers. Come visit those who know the friendly folks at Bloomers Home and Garden Center. Bloomers is located in Washington Township in Gloucester County, New Jersey, just 20 minutes from Philadelphia. For directions and information, visit www.bloomers.com. That's www.bloomers.com. And we'll see you in the garden. Well, Julio, daylilies will grow just about anywhere.
That's right.
But we also often at the store we get people to ask, well, do you have tiger lilies?
Yeah.
Now, a lot of times you'll see tiger lilies that are in some older landscapes. Mm-hmm. Tiger lilies will have a similar flower to a regular lily, sometime an Asiatic or an Oriental lily, that it peels back, but it's always kind of drooped down where it faces the actual flower face is facing the ground. Mm-hmm. Pretty, have their purpose, mostly in oranges. There's really not there's not like that you get in daylilies. Mm-hmm. Foliage is not like the daylily foliage. It kind of stretches up it, and it's more thin. Right. Will tolerate some shade. Right. But where daylilies can grow just about anywhere.
Anywhere, yes.
They can grow in the shade.
Oh, they can, yes.
But production of flowers, you're not going to
Get as
necessarily
much.
get.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
they prefer at least 6 hours of sun.
Mm-hmm.
And it also is specific to the variety you pick because of the colors.
Yes.
So if I'm a customer.
Yes, sir.
Hi, Julio.
Hi, Len. How are
I'd
you?
like to buy a daylily.
Yes.
Tell me, where can I grow a daylily?
Oh, yes. You need at least half a day sun.
Okay.
So that's no problem. Whether it's in the east side or south side, you can get at least 6 hours.
Right. I always hate that when it's like it's my house faces north.
Right.
A lot of times it's like you get reflected sun that you don't even think of.
Yeah, you do.
The house will reflect some sun. The lawn will reflect some sun. I consider true shade to be underneath like
Tree.
and not even a tree, like a grove of trees. Like the woods.
Right.
That's shade.
In shade. Yeah.
That's shade. But daylilies will grow there, right? But they're just
They're
not going to
be
flower.
as flowering.
as much.
Yes. Yeah.
So
they need sun to have
more
the beautiful-
sun, the more sun, more flowers.
Yes, that's correct.
right.
And if not, you're going to have very little flowers.
And do I want an acidic pH or do I want an alkaline pH? What do I want?
You want that pH level to be leveled out to 7 at least.
Okay, so neutral.
Yes.
Neutral. So nothing fancy.
No, not too fancy.
And when I plant them, what should I do?
Enrich soil compost.
Okay.
Yes.
So like a bumper crop,
Yeah, bumper crop.
or something to enrich the
Yes,
soil
kind of
that's
manure,
there.
Yeah, mix.
All right, like a composted
Compost
manure
mix.
All right, that's easy enough.
Yeah, easy. Yeah, they're not
Real
that,
easy.
Yeah, they're not that hard to really.
No.
They kind of might. Pretty much, you can put them in any spot with,
Any
with what
place.
you're doing with.
And
what
there's
we just
such a variety.
Variety. Oh,
But
why?
we're not going to get ahead of ourselves.
No, we're not.
We're not. But again, it's funny you talk about light
Yes.
and that they'll tolerate some shade,
Mm-hmm.
but yellow cultivars like the light yellow ones, and there's even actually some white varieties, and shades of pink, and any of the pastels, they need that full sun to bring out that color.
Yes, it does.
You know?
Like we have this peach color here
Yeah,
in the room here. It's
yeah,
wonderful.
but again, you can see our studio show on YouTube, and that's the Salome Double Classic that you're looking at.
Yes.
Yeah,
It's
beautiful.
wonderful. Beautiful peach color.
Yeah,
Apricot.
That's one of my favorites.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Then again, I'm getting ahead of myself because we have a list of our favorite varieties
do.
that's coming up at the end.
Yeah.
Where reds and purples will benefit from a little bit of shade.
That's right.
Those dark colors, what happens, they absorb that heat and that sun, and what they'll do is they'll fade a little bit. So giving them a little bit of afternoon sun, afternoon shade,
Right.
not a bad idea.
bad
So
idea.
that in some ways they will work better. They'll work better
and a little bit of
in a little bit of shade.
Shade, yes.
So again,
yeah.
full sun to part shade, even light shade.
Right. Yep.
So
Yeah, there you go.
lots of options. Lots
yes.
of options.
Yes, you do.
How often do I feed? Do I feed them all the time?
They're not heavy feeders, Len.
Yeah?
You don't
All
do
right.
that a lot. You can use plant tone, which I love a lot.
They're all organic.
Yes,
All
espoma. You can't beat that.
Plant tone
And,
releases slow, all
yes,
organic.
all
We'll
organic.
feed
Yes,
the plant, keep it healthy.
no problem.
And you can use that for all of your perennials.
That's right.
Neutral, not something like holly tone, where holly
right.
tone will
Oh.
adjust your pH to being more acidic for
Yes.
your evergreens.
Love it.
Plant tone is ideal.
Perfect. Yep.
Perfect. Perfect.
So you don't need to over fertilize this.
Right.
So be careful.
Right. Right. There's something about we talked about culinary things that now again the studio version. I am taking a flower and I'm eating it.
Yeah, I know you're hungry.
No, they're sweet.
Sweet. Yeah.
Sweet. Use it in salads.
you go.
There's some people that will eat, the roots and some of the other plants.
Wow.
And again,
Not bad.
it's the perfect thing for a salad because it's not bitter.
No.
Like there are some flowers, like even
too
some, that it's bitter, but this is mild.
Mild. Oh, there you go.
And boy, it look pretty in a salad.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah.
Right?
I've seen that. I've seen people throw their little petals on there.
Really?
Yes.
See, you go to the best places.
No, I don't. I saw it on Instagram. I saw.
Now there's something that's kind of We need to talk to our friends at
Centerton, yes.
There's an issue where USDA says that daylilies are poisonous to cats.
Oh, I don't know.
Okay. I am not a veterinarian, but over the 30 years that I have been doing this, I have never had someone tell me that they have had their cat poisoned by a daylily.
Yeah, I've never heard that.
Hey, maybe. I really don't know. I would just keep your cat away from the daylilies. But I wouldn't restrict yourself from not planting daylilies because of it.
No, I wouldn't either.
There are too many cats and there are too many daylilies that are out there.
Oh.
And again, this is different than this is not like an Easter lily or an Oriental lily where you have those stamens and where the pollen is just stains everything and gets everywhere.
These are different.
It is different. So, again, I would say, again, it is a rare case indeed that a cat has a problem. Now, it could be, too, that the cat, it a little bit of stomach discomfort, but there are some spots that say that it's actually goes into liver failure. So, ladies and gentlemen out there, be prudent, okay? Yeah. But don't miss the enjoyment of daylilies because of the fact that if the perfect scenario and the perfect storm and your cat decided to eat, the entire plant or
that's not going to happen. I hope.
Just the likelihood, and also my experience has been that I have never heard of an instance where that's been a problem. I think that they need to maybe modify that. Yeah. But then again, I am just a lowly talk show radio garden center owner that just provides beauty, and that they do so much for us that I think that it would be a crime to not plant them because you're concerned that your cat's going to eat them. Yeah. Animals seem to be smarter than humans where they just stay away from things that they shouldn't.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think so. Again, easy to grow.
Easy,
right? Mm-hmm. Easy to grow. And that
versatile, they can go.
They grow in clumps,
yep.
Right? So they're not going to spread and get wild on it. They're not going to send like runners out. They just get to be a bigger and bigger and bigger clump.
Yeah.
So
long bloomer. I mean, I can't.
and all of them are rebloomers at this point.
Yes.
I mean, don't waste your time. If you find something that's not a rebloomer, I mean, I'd be surprised because there are so many that are available that are reblooming. One thing is that after they flower, they sometimes get a little seed pod on them. You do not have to deadhead them.
No.
You could leave them alone, or you could pick it off. Yeah. It's not going to impact the quality or the growth of the plant if you leave that seed head on.
There you go.
So again, there's another thing. They're pretty, and maintenance free.
Maintenance free, yes.
As close to a maintenance free plant as I can think of.
And look at all the buds on these. Oh, they have so many buds. It's incredible.
Right. And again, it'll send those out, and then we'll go through, and it'll send others out afterwards. Yeah. That you'll go through a cycle of blooming. So, it's an amazing plant.
Oh yeah.
And that to me, everybody uses Dracaena spikes in the middle of their annuals.
That's right. Yeah. I know you don't like that, lad.
Well, I mean,
it's
a standard spikes or the spikes that everybody puts in their combo pots. And why are you wasting your time with a Dracaena spike when you could put something like a beautiful daylily in? Yes. You get the same look of the Dracaena spike, but you get the benefits of a beautiful flower. And also that thing is there sometimes after those annuals have faded and aren't doing that well. And I know personally, and I will admit that they are overgrown, that I did that. And now I just have a gigantic 24-inch pots of daylilies that are out on our patio that are the happy returns.
There you go.
And man, they are just bright yellow, happy as can be, cherry flowers. I don't need to plant anything around them.
you're done.
Stunning. Or I take them out and
There you go.
we're going to talk about this in the next segment. But I could just take them out, divide them, and plant them somewhere else.
Yes, you can.
Yep. Yep. Daylilies are easy.
Oh, yeah.
Daylilies are easy to grow. And again,
love
no
them.
big high, you don't have to feed them constantly with a
No,
liquid fertilizer. I mean, they'll respond to a liquid fertilizer, but you don't have to do it like you do annuals. The little bit of plant tone around
That's
them
it.
a couple of times a summer.
Yeah.
And then, again, it's not like you have to deadhead them.
No.
What a plant.
Well, yeah, we love that
What
one.
a plant.
Yes.
What's your favorite aspect of a daylily, Julio?
Well, I have 24 of them
Oh, my gosh. Do you really?
in my front of the house.
Oh,
I've had them for 5 years now.
Wow.
They're wonderful. I don't do, like you're saying, I don't do anything to it. They just come up every year.
Same varieties? Or
Yeah,
do
same
you have-
varieties.
Same variety?
Yeah, I have 2 varieties, yeah.
Wow.
And it's, like you said, wow, because all my neighbors are always saying, wow, Julio, wow.
Wow.
Yeah, that's right. Right in
Not
front
just
of my
that.
home. 4 by 18 foot.
That's incredible.
Yeah, I love them.
Wow.
And when they're
wow.
done-
Here I am. Wow. I'm trying to think of a better adjective, but I can't.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then when they fall off the flowers, I got all these nice, it
Yeah,
looks like
the
grass.
foliage on
yeah,
there,
I
yeah.
have all the it looks like grass.
Looks like an ornamental
Yes.
ornamental grass.
Yeah, and I love that.
What a plant.
Yeah.
And
Wonderful.
listen, the variety in like you have 2 varieties.
I have 2 varieties,
And
yes.
I'll ask you later on what they are.
Okay.
But there is such a diversity of colors these days. It's not like you just have different shades of orange and yellow.
no.
It is the full spectrum, everything but blue.
That's right.
Everything but blue.
And
But
you
I
said
bet
we have
it's
white,
coming.
right? You said we have
Yeah,
white?
yeah.
Wow, I haven't seen that one
Yeah,
too many
yep.
times
We'll
around.
talk about that
Okay.
in a segment coming up.
Wow.
All right. And speaking of coming up, daylilies can get to be a clump, and they can get to be sometimes a big clump. And like if you've had yours for 5 years,
Yep, I can probably,
it's time. In our next segment, we're going to talk about dividing daylilies. So stay tuned. We'll be back right after this.
Stay tuned for the Bloomers Garden Minute. The Garden Minute is brought to you by Bloomers in the Garden, Philadelphia Garden Radio. Find us on the radio dial or on the web at bloomers.com.
This is Len Schroeder from Bloomers in the Garden with the Garden Minute. Wow, what a great time to be a gardener. You can plant anything right now. Vegetables, flowers, roses, trees, shrubs, and perennials. The possibilities are endless. No matter what you plant, you need to do these 3 things to ensure success. 1, make sure you're adding soil amendment when you're planting. Bumper crop is our top choice, but even if it's just cow manure or peat moss, you only get 1 shot at improving the soil right at the root of your plants, so don't pass it up. 2, after planting, apply a granular type fertilizer made specifically for your type of plant. Evergreens, flowers, and vegetables all have specific dietary needs. Don't worry, if you're not sure what to get, your local garden center will help you match the right fertilizer to the right plant. A granular fertilizer will give your new plants a consistent feeding of nutrients. Think of it as 3 square meals for your plants that you reapply once every 4 to 6 weeks. 3, use a water-soluble fertilizer every 2 weeks. That's the kind you water your plants with. You know the stuff, the kind that tints your water blue. I recommend Jack's Classic, but others are available. Miracle Grow just came out with an organic water-soluble fertilizer. When using water-soluble fertilizers, they're immediately available to your plants. Think of it as those vitamins you take. It's an extra boost supplementing a regular diet. And for heaven's sake, buy one of those feeders so all you have to do is attach it to your garden hose and go. No mixing, no blue fingers. But remember, those feeders are only calibrated for water-soluble fertilizer. They are not calibrated to spray insects or disease control. This is Len Schroeder for the Garden Minute, and we'll see you in the garden.
Today's Garden Minute was brought to you by Bloomers in the Garden, Bloomers Home and Garden Center. Also brought to you by BPG, the Fertilome people.
Fertilome Succulent Potting Mix with EcoPeat is the perfect ready-to-use potting mix for all your succulents. Fertilome Succulent Potting Mix is a blend of sphagnum peat moss, perlite, and EcoPeat. EcoPeat is a natural wood fiber from peat bogs. When added to Fertilome peat moss, it produces a superior professional substrate with an exceptional ratio of air porosity and water holding capacity. Fertilome Succulent Potting Mix will ensure maximum drainage with ideal water retention. It's simply the best succulent mix on the market. Ask for Fertilome by name at your local garden center. Available at Daniel's Garden Center, Sumneytown Pike, Harleysville, Pennsylvania. Gasper's Home and Garden, 316 Tanyard Road, Richboro, PA. Hi, this is Len Schroeder from Bloomers in the Garden. Do you have a landscape, garden, or plant question? If so, call us on the Bloomers in the Garden hotline. Dial 609-685-1880. That's 609-685-1880. Don't be shy. We want to hear from you. And if we use your question on the air, we'll send you a free Bloomers t-shirt. Call us at 609-685-1880. That's 609-685-1880. And we'll see you in the garden.
All right, Len, we are back.
We are.
And do you have daylilies that have slowed up or stopped blooming?
Yeah.
Have
I
you?
have. How about yours? If you've had them for 5 years,
I know.
right? Are they still blooming the same or not?
Yeah, they're still blooming the same.
Yeah, heavy bloomers?
Yeah, pretty
Because sometimes when they get to be that bigger clump,
Uh-huh.
they stop or slow down.
Yeah, mine still go pretty fast. I mean, they're...
All right.
they're
So,
going
but
well.
you're going to get to a point where you're going to need to divide them.
Oh, boy. That could be tough for me.
Well, you've got so many.
Yeah, I got
And there's a
20,
couple of
yeah.
ways to do that. And
Okay.
and don't get freaked out about dividing them. It's actually pretty easy. You can do it in the summer. It's not like other plants where you got to wait for them to go dormant.
Right.
If you have a clump of Stella d'Oros or what have you, you can split that right down the middle and leave the one half there. You take a good spade and you dig out like the left or the right or the front or the back or however you want to do it. Just divide it in half and take that out. But you've got to get a lot of the root. You can't just try to grab the foliage.
Right.
You've got to get all the way down and dig that out.
Right.
Now, it's fine. If you do them again and during the summer, it gives them a time so that they can kind of recover. And also wherever you transplant those other ones.
Right.
Now, if we back up for a second,
Right.
like when a new daylily plant is started, they call it a fan. And if you look at a daylily and you I'm holding my hands up and putting my fingers flat, and it looks like a fan.
It does. Yeah.
And that's what gets planted as the starter plant.
Right.
So that daylily starts as really a small little section. They're not great big. Right. And so you could divide your clump as much as a section. We have some 2-gallon pots, beautiful perennials or daylilies here. I mean, you could get literally out of a big clump.
Yes.
Like I know that I'm thinking I've got a clump of Stella d'Oros that are probably about 2.5 feet across.
Wow.
I could probably get 100.
100. Wow.
If I wanted to take the time and
cut it
up that way.
That's a lot.
That's more than
That's a lot
I
of
want
work.
to do.
Yes,
But
it
the
is.
thing is, like for instance, if you have people that have admired like Julio, like your daylilies,
Right.
you could be giving those to
them.
friends and neighbors.
I know I could.
And that would be something that would be a nice gift.
Yeah. This is my time.
It's something where plants mean something to people.
It does.
I have special plants. Like, all right, it's not a daylily, but I planted a Korean spice viburnum
Wow.
right next to where my daughter, when she got her car when she was 17 and she parked, and it was right next to her car door that she opened so that when it was blooming in the spring that she would be right next to it and she'd get that waft of fragrance.
Boy.
Isn't that nice?
I'll tell you what. I like that.
And then she went to college and she never came home.
Oh my God.
No, take that back. She's home all the time. But
That's a great thought of
those types of
giving
things
somebody.
with plants.
Yes.
Like again,
Great value.
Yep.
Great sentimental value.
sharing,
Loving.
you splitting those clumps of daylilies and
Right.
giving some to some of your family and some of your friends.
I have to, yeah.
It's very cool.
Oh, yeah. I don't know
very
where to put them all. There you go.
Yeah, but listen, if the clump is great big, okay, and you want to divide the entire thing, like those 24-inch pots that I have of those I really do need those. I need to split.
Yes.
I need to split, and
Yes.
and that where I take that, and again, what I've got to do is get all of the soil off of them as much as possible.
Right. When you pull them out of the ground.
Pull them out,
Right.
use water,
Right.
spray it down,
a little bit.
and then get all the soil off of them.
Right.
And then I've got to take a knife or basically, I think you have one. You know those new spades they're not spades. They're more like,
It's a
instead
knife.
of hand shovels, they're like a knife.
It's a knife, yeah. It's a hoary knife.
Those things
Yes.
are awesome.
Oh, yeah, they are awesome.
They are
Yeah.
great. They would be perfect for dividing up perennials and
Yes.
especially like daylilies.
Right.
And again, so, do it on a tarp too, by the way. You don't want soil all over the place.
Yes.
You want to divide that daylily down. And if you can go all the way down and divide it into fans. And again, you'll see it right away.
It's
It's
easy.
like,
Yeah,
I
it's
get
easy
it.
to see,
Once
yeah.
you pull your daylily out and you start pulling it apart, you'll realize it. And that you'd be surprised that even if you damage the crown of the plant, it will still come back. They're resilient.
They're resilient.
Very resilient.
Very, yes.
Yeah.
Regenerate. Yes.
You'd be surprised. They're hard to kill. Okay.
Oh, I know that.
So your daylily clump, right? So you've divided it up, and again, you can put it all over the yard. You can again give them to friends and family.
Yeah. Wonderful.
Plant them for your friends and family too,
Yes, you
because
do.
they'll see that and they'll either say, "Oh, let me put that damn thing there,"
Yeah. There you go.
or they'll say, "Wow, that
Yeah.
I remember Julio did that for my birthday."
Yes.
Huh?
Oh,
Julio,
yeah.
I'm trying to get rid of your daylilies.
I know you are.
But remember, listen, plan ahead. Don't go out one day and just decide to do it.
Right.
You got to. It takes a little
Yes.
bit of planning because you got to figure out what am I going to do with them all.
Yeah. You know what's wonderful too, Len? I've had mine for 5 years, and they look just as wonderful. I mean,
That's great.
it's like day one I've had them.
That's great.
Yeah.
And you have a little bit of shade there, right?
Well, I get that morning sun, and in the afternoon
Okay.
it's kind of low there. So,
All right.
Get the morning, and in the afternoon it's a little bit, not much.
Yeah.
So they really love that.
Yeah.
They're wonderful.
Yeah. And one thing after you've divided your daylilies,
Yes.
what you want to do is you want to plant them at the same level that they were growing at originally,
Okay.
and that with the crown approximately an inch below the soil line. So you're going to plant them a little deeper than you
deeper.
normally plant things.
Okay.
And that, again, they'll do great.
Oh, yeah.
They'll do great.
Wonderful.
Mix a little compost, right? A little
compost,
bit,
yeah.
after you're all
Plantain.
planted, you put a little plantain
Yes.
on them, and they're going to be great. Don't be
Yes.
afraid. You can divide them during the summer. You don't have to wait for them to go dormant.
No. So if I'm going to divide mine, I got plenty to divide, folks.
You're going to go in business,
Oh,
I
I
think.
know.
I
I
tell
think
you
I
what,
will.
you're going to have plenty.
You sell them, right? I like
Well, you never know. It might be royalty you might have to pay on them.
Oh, that's right.
All right. In the segment coming up, we're going to talk about how did daylilies get so popular.
Wow.
And I think it's due to the work of one man.
Yes, I
We'll
think
be
so.
we'll be right back right after this.
Introducing Miracle Grow's next big thing, Performance Organics. Finally, organics that work. Tested and refined by plant scientists for twice the results. Guaranteed. Don't grow a snack, grow a feast. Don't grow a flower, grow $1 million view. This new organic collection of soil and plant food is what you've always wanted. No compromise, just results. Guaranteed. Miracle Grow Performance Organics.
Are you looking for the one product that will control your insect problems on your shrubbery, around the outside of your house, on your lawn, in your flower beds, or vegetable garden? Bonide has the answer. Bonide's 8 Insect Control controls most common home, lawn, and garden insect problems. 8 is effective against more than 100 insects that destroy trees, shrubs, lawns, flowers, vegetables, and fruit. Use 8 to eliminate ticks, fleas, and ants, and other home-invading pests. 8 kills insects on contact and repels them for up to 30 days. Bonide products are family made in America. Find Bonide 8 insect control products at these fine retailers.
Harleysville Ace, Harleysville, Pennsylvania. Dublin Agway, Dublin, Pennsylvania. Pickering Valley Feed and Farm, Exton, Pennsylvania. Hi, this is Len Schroeder from Bloomers in the Garden. Do you have a landscape, garden, or plant question? If so, call us on the Bloomers in the Garden hotline. Dial 609-685-1880. That's 609-685-1880. Don't be shy. We want to hear from you. And if we use your question on the air, we'll send you a free Bloomers t-shirt. Call us at 609-685-1880. That's 609-685-1880. And we'll see you in the garden. Well, any of you that are watching on YouTube, you've been noticing that we've been eating the daylily flowers. I'll tell you what, on this one variety, I think we only have 3 or 4 petals left.
Oh, boy, Len.
You must be hungry, and I'm not taking you for lunch after the show.
Oh, thank you.
Have another daylily flower.
Daylily. Yeah, there you go.
Listen, the explosion in the popularity of daylilies is the work of one man, Daryl Apps. Dr. Daryl Apps. He started back in, I guess it was late 60s.
Yep.
Was at the University of Kentucky. He did it as a hobby.
Wow.
He did it as a hobby. He's now retired. And he grew up on a Wisconsin dairy farm. And he just liked daylilies. He was not, he did not plan to be the father of the daylily movement, I guess you can call it.
That's right.
But he graduated with a horticulture degree from the University of Wisconsin. And he was basically, they were at the University of Kentucky teaching ornamental horticulture, and he just started doing it as a hobby in 68.
Wow.
So he spent 12 years running the education department at Longwood Gardens.
Wow.
And everybody around here knows where Longwood Gardens is.
They do.
And then started developing the variety, the Happy Ever Appster. Get it? Appster.
Yeah.
As in Daryl Apps, Dr. Daryl Apps. Working with Centerton Nursery. And that the whole key to those is that they were all repeat bloomers throughout the summer. So you got 120 to 130 days rather than the old types, like we were talking earlier, where there's no excuse for you to buy a non-repeat bloomer or continuous bloomer. It used to be that daylilies only bloomed for less than a month.
Wow. Look at that.
Things have changed.
Thank you, Dr. App.
Things have changed. And
Yes.
and where, Centerton Nursery, which is right in southern New Jersey, in Bridgeton, has basically, working with Dr. App, has done a tremendous job. They have developed 3 or 4 different categories of plants where, again, it's the Trophy Taker series. Spectacular.
Oh, they're the best.
Spectacular in that they're grown for specific plant purposes. Characteristics. I mean, there are varieties that are fragrant, right? That are just,
incredible.
I can't say enough. I really unfortunately this is radio, and you can't see the plants that we have in here. If you go to YouTube, you can. The Salome Double Classic is one of my favorites, and it just is that almost cantaloupe orange color. It's a light. It almost has like a blush of pink, and it's a double. It is a double flower, so it's not the typical open-throated flower that you see in a daylily. It has it's a double, almost has like a pincushion look to it as it opens.
Yeah,
stunning plant.
Stunning, yeah,
stunning plant.
Yeah, unbelievable.
But again, all goes back to the work of Dr. Daryl Apps, who was breeding his nursery was called Woodside, and that he developed these varieties and worked with Centerton to bring them to market. Wow. Just stunning.
Yeah,
stunning.
incredible.
I can't say enough of the work that he's done. And I kind of feel bad because we traced back to 75,
Yes,
which
we
is
did.
only 6 years from the time that Dr. App started his work with Daylilies.
Yes.
That it was Walter Jablonski that started the one that still is the most popular and the most known,
Yeah,
which
Stella
is
d'Oro.
that Stella d'Oro variety.
right.
But again, Stella d'Oro is like one.
That's right. It's only
It's
one.
one variety.
Right.
One variety where again, Dr. App, he has done, like, again, all of those varieties. Let me see here.
How many are there, Len?
There's so many. It's too many.
That's
It
right.
is too many.
Can't even
okay.
count 'em. They're
Like
too
for
many.
instance, Big Time Happy. Okay, Big Time Happy is a bigger flower. It's of Happy Returns.
Yes.
Wow.
Wow.
Different. So Happy Returns are again. These are just a handful of some of the introductions from the Daryl Apps collection. Red Hot Returns, which is a deep pink, almost red. Again, Big Time Happy, and these are ones that I know and I really like. By the way, Happy Enchantment.
Enchantment, yes.
Rosy Returns. Rosy Returns is a pink.
Oh yeah, beautiful.
And they are more compact, not great big, like some daylilies can get.
Tall.
3 feet tall. For instance, like what's the variety that you have in front of your house?
I have the Aztec Priestless.
They're big.
Yeah, they're big. Yeah,
They're big.
Yeah,
I mean,
mine
they're probably they'll get 4
yeah,
foot.
at least. And then
What color is that? That's an orange. Right?
Yeah, an orange. Yes, beautiful. Yeah,
Does it have a different? Now, see, this is the one thing that we're talking about. Unfortunately, on radio, we're going to do our best to explain. Daylilies aren't just one color. The throat is a different color. The stamens are a different color.
Yes.
That inside, that there's often a ring around the outside.
Yes.
Now, the ruffles that are around the edges, they have changed, and that all of these characteristics.
Yeah, the petals on it are like really different.
That's it, right? And have ruffles in it.
Yeah,
the diversity is just incredible, and then
goodness.
again, we owe that to the work of Dr. Daryl Apps.
That's
so
right. He's the man.
we're not worthy.
Yes,
I mean, it is. It
That's
is.
right.
He has brought us beauty that is indescribable.
Right.
We sound ignorant on trying to bring it out on radio.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, if you're not growing varieties of daylilies in your home garden,
you're missing out.
you are missing out.
Oh yes, you're missing out completely. Let me tell you.
Yep. Low maintenance, right?
Low maintenance. Yeah, it's so simple. Even I can do it.
and you've got a gigantic hedge, basically.
Yeah,
of
that's what I have.
daylilies. Terrific.
My whole front.
Terrific.
And Dr. App, he saw the beauty and he's giving it to us.
Yep.
You know what I mean, Len?
That's right.
That's wonderful.
Passing the torch.
Yes, he is.
And he's passed the torch to the Blue family at Senator Nursery.
Yes, he is.
And that
Yes,
they
he is.
are doing it right because they're bringing it to the home gardener.
Yes, they are.
And it's not it's not necessarily they'll just bring anything out. They're bringing out plants that are good.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
Yes.
A lot of times there are some companies that will remain nameless that are bringing plants out just to bring them out to market.
That's right.
And sometimes the name is better than the plant.
Oh boy.
And where I know that
man.
the plants that you're getting from Centerton are those daylilies that they are tried and true.
One of a kind. Oh,
Yep.
my goodness.
All right, we've got to take another break. When we come
Yes.
back, we're going to talk about our favorite varieties of daylilies.
Yes.
Flowers are beautiful things. Flowers are for anniversaries, proms, saying I love you. But flowers become even more beautiful when they're carried by people who are committed to ending Alzheimer's, a disease that currently cannot be prevented, cured, or even slowed. At the Alzheimer's Association Walk to End Alzheimer's, hundreds of thousands of people across the country walk carrying blue, yellow, orange, and purple flowers, signifying their connections to the disease. And we walk so that one day there will be a white flower for Alzheimer's first survivor, which will be the most beautiful day of all. So join us for Walk to End Alzheimer's, the world's largest fundraiser to fight the disease. The money we raise provides care and support for all those affected and advances research toward an eventual cure. Together, we can end Alzheimer's. Register today at alz.org/walk.
Tired of pale green, weedy results from four-step lawn programs? That's because they don't do anything for the soil. The New American Lawn four-step program feeds the lawn and the soil. Magical Plus, a unique soil food that adjusts soil pH, loosens hard soil, and feeds soil microbes, is the key difference. Without the right soil conditions, you'll never enjoy a great lawn. Competitive programs simply don't match up. So feed your lawn and your soil with the New American Lawn four-step program by Jonathan Green.
Jonathan Green products can be found at these fine stores: Action Hardware, Wilmington, Delaware; Hockessin Hardware, Hockessin, Delaware; Gasper's Garden Center, Richboro, Pennsylvania.
Hi, this is Len Schroeder from Bloomers in the Garden. Do you have a landscape, garden, or plant question? If so, call us on the Bloomers in the Garden hotline. Dial 609-685-1880. That's 609-685-1880. Don't be shy. We want to hear from you. And if we use your question on the air, we'll send you a free Bloomers t-shirt. Call us at 609-685-1880. That's 609-685-1880. And we'll see you in the garden.
We are back in the garden, and Len, we're going to talk to the folks out there about our favorite varieties.
That's right. You know, that we were talking about how Centerton Nursery has the two different series, the Trophy Taker series, and that they are hand-selected varieties from trials. And again, we were saying how they bring them to market, not just because here's a new daylily, it's because it's what they do. After trials of hundreds of cultivars and thousands of seedlings, they would represent the finest points of everything you would want from a daylily, and that's the Trophy Taker series, exclusively from Centerton Nursery. Also, there's the Happy Ever Apster. They are a hardy, reblooming daylily that are specifically created from Dr. Darrell Apps. Low care, months of color, zone 5 and warmer.
Wow.
It used to be that colder climates couldn't grow daylilies.
Wow.
Life has changed.
Yes, it has.
Life has changed.
Wow.
All right. So
Yes.
you have in front of your house, you said, what variety was it? Was it?
Yes, I have the orange, which is called the Aztec Priestess.
Aztec Priestess.
Trophy Taker.
Now, what? So you have, and it's one variety you have, right?
I have two.
You have,
I have
what's the
two
other one?
varieties. The other one is called Royal Occasion.
That's almost white.
No,
right?
no. This is that's burgundy. It's
Do I have it mixed up?
Yeah, it's the burgundy, and it's got in
So
the center of it is like a lemon greenish.
Oh, you know what? I'm thinking of royal frosting.
Okay. Yes.
I'm thinking royal frosting. I'm my fault.
Oh, no problem.
Anyway,
yeah, it's that one I love a lot. Ooh.
and describe it. Describe the flower.
It's like a burgundy. It's burgundy.
So
deep.
deep.
It's a deep burgundy, and then
Okay.
the center of it is like a lime green color.
Okay.
Oh, it really pops.
Okay.
It makes that really
tall like
It's
Aztec.
no.
Same height as the other variety that
A
you
little
have?
lower. I think it's a little lower. A little lower. Yeah.
2 foot, 3 foot.
3 foot.
Because Stella d'Oro is going to get to be about 18 inches tall.
Okay.
You know, depending. You know, it's supposed to be the same plant, but
Right.
things happen.
Yeah, I'd say
That
about
it's mostly 18 to 24 inches.
Yeah, mine's about 3 foot.
Yours about 3 foot.
Yeah.
And one of my favorite varieties.
What's that one?
Again, we talked about Happy Returns.
Yeah. You like that one?
Big Time Happy rather.
Big Time
because
Happy.
it's from the Happy Returns. It's an improved. Just the flower is bigger and thicker. It bright, cheery yellow, lemon yellow.
It's like a lemon.
Just a great plant.
It reblooms.
And that's one of the Happy Ever Apster. They're the ones that are going to be long
long
blooming.
Yep.
long blooming.
Is that the only one?
No.
Oh.
No.
I thought so.
Yeah, there's probably too many.
Oh.
That one of the things that we have here in the studio that we have been eating is the Salome Double Classic.
It's Salome.
That is one of
great
my
taste
favorites.
too.
Yeah, it tastes great.
Yeah, it does.
That's one of my favorites.
Yeah, I thought so.
Strutter's Ball is a deep pink, so it's not like a like, you know, like a, I don't know, it's almost like a mauve pink.
Ooh,
very nice.
that's different.
Right, the throat is a bright yellow.
Oh, wow.
Excellent
Nice
variety.
contrast. Yeah.
Yep. That then there are some that are, they can be almost that spidery flower that goes back to the original style. So where all of the ones that we've mentioned are those big hybridized flowers, but there are some where, like Witch's Hand, for instance, that's one of the trophy takers that has that spidery original flower look that it had it back when daylilies you only really didn't have much of a choice.
Right.
And it kind of, I guess it kind of looks like a tiger lily.
Yeah.
Little bit.
Little bit.
Then let's see. Mean Mr. Mustard.
You like that one?
Tim Bloxam, where are you? I think that Tim and I go way back, and I swear Tim, I think, just likes the name.
The name of it. Yeah, I thought
more
so.
than he likes it. But again, it's a good yellow where it's a little more, I call it melon yellow.
Yeah.
And it has a ring before the throat that's a little darker. It's almost a reddish ring around it. So it's
got a little ruffle. Does it have a little ruffle?
It does have a little ruffle around
ruffle
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah, very nice.
Very nice plant.
Yeah,
Very
that's
nice
a mean.
plant.
That's a mean plant.
It's Mean Mr. Mustard. That's right. Moonlit Masquerade.
Oh,
I like that because the actual it's another bicolor where
I
it
like
that deeper color in the middle.
In the middle, the center there.
Yeah,
Ooh,
very
like a
cool.
burgundy. Oh,
very cool plant.
yeah.
And again, it's
stunning.
There's so many. There are so many,
Yeah.
and that's the problem. It's how do you choose?
Yeah, you can't.
How do you choose? You can't. And that's why I encourage people to, all right, rose gardens have been around forever. It's time to start daylily
Oh,
gardening.
yes. Len, I remember one time you brought in so many trophy taker lilies.
Yeah, that's right.
I was going crazy. I was going, whoa, look at this, look at that.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. And that's, you want to look for, again, those series, the trophy taker series and the happily ever after. And you can't go wrong. If you choose any of those that have that branding on them, it's like carefree.
Yeah.
It's carefree.
Wow. Yeah, you can't go wrong with these.
Yeah. Well, all right. We're going to wrap up our Daylily Daze show in
come
just a bit.
on.
Now we got to go into a commercial break.
Okay.
After that break, we'll be right back.
Bloomers in the Garden is brought to you each week by Bloomers Home and Garden Center. Bloomers is an award-winning garden center just 20 minutes from Philadelphia. Bloomers has been providing expert advice turning brown thumbs green for over 30 years. At Bloomers, we want you to ask us every question, even if you think it's silly. We share information in a friendly, non-judgmental way that is meant to teach and spread the joy of gardening. Visit Bloomers Home and Garden Center in Washington Township, Gloucester County. For directions, go to bloomers.com, and we'll see you in the garden.
Spring has sprung, and it's time to visit Bloomer's Home and Garden Center. Bring us a soil sample, and we'll test your soil's pH free. Heck, bring us a water sample from your pond, too, and we'll test that for ammonia and other critical levels. Did you know that Bloomers has a pond department? We have all of the water treatments, fish, and plants to keep your pond looking glorious year-round. Are you looking for that 4-step lawn program? Bloomers carries Scott's, Jonathan Green, Bonide, and Espoma's Organic Step program. Need to seed? Bloomers has its own blend of seed called Township Turf. It's just the right balance of rye, fescue, and bluegrass to give you a spectacular lawn. It's also perfect for repairing bare spots and matches extraordinarily well to sodded lawns. Don't forget the garden. Bloomers carries bumper crop soil amendment and all the fertilizers a garden could need, both organic and inorganic. The best vegetables start as seedlings from Bloomers. Come visit those who know the friendly folks at Bloomers Home and Garden Center. Bloomers is located in Washington Township in Gloucester County, New Jersey, just 20 minutes from Philadelphia. For directions and information, visit www.bloomers.com. That's www.bloomers.com. And we'll see you in the garden.
See me and Julio down by the schoolyard. See me and Julio
Well, Julio,
down by the schoolyard.
I'll tell you what, I am inspired.
Yes.
I am inspired.
Yeah.
We're going to have a Daylily Daze sale. All the Daylilies are going to go 25% off. We're also going to be buy 3, get the 4th free. Everybody should have Daylilies.
Yes.
That's
wonderful.
I forgot another variety, one of my favorites. It's
that?
bubblegum pie.
Oh, bubblegum
It's one of the
pie.
trophy takers.
Wow.
What else do you want? Low care.
Low care,
know,
yes.
insects. If you get insects on, sometimes you'll get some slugs or snails or you get some other
that's no big
insects.
deal.
Easy to take care of.
That's easy.
Easy to take care of. Low feeding, low maintenance.
Yep.
Just keep a nice edge around your bed and put
Yeah,
some
wonderful. Bloom, bloom,
daylilies,
bloom. Oh,
put them in spots.
yeah.
It's such a great plant.
It is.
Such a great
and
plant.
then when it grows after 4 or 5 years, then you can divide them.
That's right.
Look at
That's right. Forget about birthday gifts. Here's
right.
a section of my daylily.
That's right, Len.
You may not get the same response, but
Yeah, it's okay.
but again, daylilies, the amount of
right.
diversity there is just
Wonderful.
tremendous.
Tremendous, yep.
Tremendous. Tremendous.
Can't go wrong.
There's so many. There's so many. Again, there's that Stephanie variety that we had. We had Druid's Chant, right?
Chant.
That's the one that looks almost like a triangle.
Yeah. You remember that?
Totally funky. Funky. I mean,
unbelievable.
they're just, again, it's not just a Stella D'Oro.
No, it's
our,
not
again,
anymore.
our nod to Walter Jablonski. Thank you.
Thank you,
But
yeah.
again, there are so many other great options out there.
Yep.
So listen.
Yep. Go out and get some.
Go out to
Yep.
your garden center this weekend.
Right.
It is the prime time for daylilies.
Yes, they're
and
on
just
now.
again, look for those. You can't go wrong with those trophy takers
Nope.
or those happily ever afters. Plant some
great
daylilies. You'll thank us.
Yep.
And we'll see you in the garden.
We'll see you in the garden.
Bloomers in the Garden is an hour-long gardening radio program that airs to over 6 million residents throughout the Delaware Valley. From Allentown to Wilmington, from the Main Line to the Jersey Shore, Bloomers in the Garden can be heard twice each Saturday morning, first at 8 a.m. on 860 WWDB and again at 9 on 610 a.m. ESPN Radio. Each episode of Bloomers in the Garden will be broadcast on Bloomers' Facebook page and available as a podcast on bloomersinthegarden.com. Bloomers in the Garden is adding sponsors. Share your message to our large, diverse group of listeners. Commercials and segment sponsorships are available at incredibly affordable prices. Let Bloomers in the Garden get your message out to one of the largest and most diverse populations in the country. If you're interested in joining us in the garden, please visit bloomersinthegarden.com or email len@bloomers.com.